Every month, a whole bunch of brand new games come out, and every month, GameRanks catalogs them and gives you at least the ones we're probably going to see people talking about the most. And that's what matters here on the internet, right? How to get those views. Hi, folks, it's Malcolm, and today on GameRanks, 10 games you need to know about in February 2025. Starting off with number 10, it's Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, the sequel to the action RPG slash kinda simulator, not completely, but you're a 15th century bohemian guy. You gotta traverse the land, survive, and swing a sword around from time to time. Obviously, you gotta deal with everything you would if you lived in Bohemia. Well, not everything. It's a video game. But the second time around looks like it is a much bigger, much more advanced version of the first game. There's going to be two primary regions, for instance. There's the whole Bohemian paradise you might expect, as well as the city of Kunta Hora. Forgive me on the pronunciation if that's not correct. I am not a Bohemian. I also have not played the game yet, so I haven't heard somebody say it. They are bringing in some new stuff. You got crossbows, which weren't in the first game. There's also some pretty early firearms. Obviously, you're not going to get a machine gun or anything in this game. Not going to be semi-automatic pistol, akimbo stuff. That's not here. You're probably talking real long reload times, single-shot stuff. There's also some new skills in the character system. A bit off-put. For some reason, they do this sort of melodramatic emo crap in a way that doesn't bother me. In truth, there's not a whole lot of these types of games that I actually enjoy. Don't Nod is basically who does it for me. This game is set in Velvet Cone, Michigan, which does not
It's your boy JLA. Welcome to another live stream. I appreciate y'all joining me. Thank you so much.
It's kind of unimportant whether or not that's a real city. It's the city that's in the game. So anyway, you take the role of Swan, a punk band leader. The punk band is called Bloom and Rage. So there you got your title there. And a tragedy happens which causes all of the friends to never want to see each other again. And 27 years later, they end up having to confront it together. So my question is, if there is a clown in the sewers that is eating children involved in that tragedy, we'll see. Probably not. On one hand, it does look like a Don't Nod game. The kind of game they were originally really known for. And they've expanded out in other things. Vampire was a not necessarily perfect, little janky, but otherwise awesome game. But this looks very much like it leans into the more Life is Strange type game, which is fine. Like I said, Life is Strange, I like. Lost Records Bloom and Rage is coming on March 18th for PS5, Xbox Series,
Seeking
and
Adventure.
PC. Moving on to number 8, it's Tomb Raider 4, 5, and 6 remastered. Of course, we saw the first 3, and now we're seeing the next 3. These ones are not numbered, though. This one's Tomb Raider: The Last Revelation, Tomb Raider Chronicles, and Angel of Darkness.
I believe I'll be like the first
coming
and
to us
second
all
Tomb
from
Raider.
Aspire Media. They were responsible for the previous collection, and we're getting pretty much all the same stuff we saw for the first remastered trilogy. The improved visuals, the modernized controls. There's some unused content from the original development process that is being restored. Some voice lines, a couple of gameplay mechanics. Honestly, I don't know how much it's going to impact this, but they're claiming it gives us some deeper narrative context and character development. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know how much narrative depth there really was to these original games. People certainly weren't playing them for narrative depth. They were playing them because sexy lady have guns, and I don't necessarily mean firearms, but also the plots were generally about Uncharted 1 level. Not bad or anything, but certainly not why you're playing the game. Anyway, they are classic games. They definitely revolutionized a certain genre that we see a lot of games in nowadays. So, in my opinion, they are actually worth going back to for more than the large guns, let's say.
I think that,
in fact, the large guns are not really that great a reason to go back.
I think that older games are going to have a resurgence
nowadays. Let's say.
We're going to have a lot of
saying
old
in this one.
games.
Tomb Raider 4 through 6 remastered is coming to PC, the PlayStation, Xboxes, and the Switch, February 14th.
I know.
And number 7 is Midnight Murder Club, a first-person, I guess, shooter Not necessarily, though. It's coming to us from Valen Studios, and it's published by Sony. I don't know exactly how to classify it. It kind of, at least in concept, reminds me of Among Us. It's set in a place called Wormwood Manor. You're part of an elite society where you do this masking up, dressing up, pretending thing, and you deceive, like you sharpshoot other people, you trick. You have a flashlight and a revolver when you start. The mansion's very dark. You have to either hide or attack. Attacking reveals you. I don't know if I want to call it a stealth competitive shooter, because I don't know if it's really that. There is trickery involved according to the description of the game. I mean, you got traps, you get different weapons,
sounds like it could be some cool.
You get night vision pills, which is obviously like just basically night vision goggles that work probably temporarily, I'd have to expect. Looks like an interesting game. It's going to have cross-play between PC and PS5, which are also the platforms that's coming out sometime in February. We don't have an exact date, but it is launching in early access sometime this upcoming month.
It's not just one.
Moving on to number 6, it's Big Helmet Heroes, a 3D beat-em-up produced by Exalted Studio. You got 29 different heroes to choose from, and you go on a you go on a beat 'em up adventure. I mean, it's not like a particularly novel story or game. It's a princess rescuing story, but it also looks pretty cool. It's a 2-player co-op game. You can play it local, which I'm a big fan of couch co-op, of course. That's a big deal. I always love seeing new games come out with the ability to play couch co-op. You're going up against goblins, mummies, pirates, etc. Obviously, the name of the game is a joke, but it doesn't look like a joke game. It looks like a serious beat-em-up, kind of along the lines of Castle Crashers in some ways. Maybe not necessarily paced the same, but it's got those vibes. The graphics are fully 3D, but also not actually. Like, everything's polygons, but it looks distinct. There is a demo available on Steam and Xbox Series if you want to try it out now. The actual game is coming February 6th to PC, PS5, of course, Xbox Series, and Nintendo Switch. Moving on to number 5, it's Ambulance Life, a paramedic simulator. I mean, pretty self-explanatory as to what this game is attempting to be. It's a sim and has ambulance in the title. So it's in a city inspired by San Francisco called San Pelicano. There's 3 districts. There's industrial, business, historic. I mean, I hate to say it, but blah, blah, blah. It's kind of exactly clear what a game called Ambulance
Simulator is actually insane.
I don't want to insult your intelligence by trying to act like there's something super novel about this, but I will say there's not really
this looks like there could be
highly
some very
specific job simulators. Like, I think it kind of, its existence is a little downstream of these more truck driving, mud runner, snow runner, these really specific type of exact thing simulator. It does look like it's an attempt to make a realistic version of a paramedic sim, and that's certainly not the same thing.
I think a lot of people are
simulating something that's super removed from real life. Like Doom. Doom is technically a simulator. You
so
are
much
simulating
to the point where they actually became an expert.
It's nothing like real life. You would never live it through anything like that. And this one's a pretty hyper-specific one. I think interesting. It's coming to February 6th on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series. Moving on to number 4 is Sid Meier's Civilization 7, the latest installment of the turn-based 4X strategy series. You got the city building, you got the conquering, you got all that good stuff. You know what Civilization is. Like, they made the joke on Law and Order.
I actually don't play that game at all, so
which is a mouthful of silly words. The silliest name for a game in this series I think I've heard. But also, it's
Yakuza.
Yakuza
it's
slash
Yakuza Pirate.
Like a dragon. It's a spin-off of the main games, of course. You are not normally a pirate in the Yakuza games, but you are Goro Majima, a fan favorite, and you are a pirate captain. It is hard for me to describe this as anything other than very silly. I mean, it's Yakuza, but pirates. Basically, what Ubisoft should have done with Skull and Bones, except for it would have been Assassin's Creed there, minus the Assassin's Creed stuff. Yakuza, obviously picking up the mantle of what they should have done. This one is the signature old-school Yakuza beat-em-up gameplay. It's not a JRPG styled game. I don't think there's a lot to say other than it's a pirate Yakuza game, which is absolutely silly. Honestly, everything you might expect from this series. They are willing to do a lot of different things, and it usually works, in all seriousness. Whether you do something maybe a little bit more serious like Judgment, which still has silly stuff in it, to be clear, or you do something
I might
this
play this
absurd.
game.
It doesn't sound like not Yakuza to me at this point. Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii is coming February 21st to the PlayStations, the Xboxes,
Bruh,
and
the
PC.
guitar is actually...
And number 2
That's
is
everything.
Avowed, a first-person fantasy RPG from Obsidian. Basically, it's Skyrim set in Eora, the Pillars of Eternity world.
Okay.
Essentially, there's mysteries abound surrounding something called a dream scourge, a plague that has taken on the world.
Okay.
And as you know, when Obsidian does a kind of Bethesda-type game, I am very likely to praise it. Avowed is going to have the narrative. It's going to have the world. I think it's open zone as opposed to open
looks
world,
cool.
if I remember right. Don't necessarily quote me on that. It
I
could
like
be
the
a smaller
world.
open world. Obsidian tends to not go for the super grand one, but rather the more detailed,
Some interesting
smaller
looking
one.
characters.
But you got magic, you got melee, you got skill trees, all the things you'd expect from this type of a game. And Obsidian just does it really good. Honestly, if this wasn't Obsidian, I probably wouldn't be, excited. I probably wouldn't be talking about it as though it was something I think is kind of automatically a good idea because it's in a lot of ways a generic template for a type of game, but it's Obsidian and they really know what they're doing. They tell a good story, they do great with gameplay, they build great worlds, etc., etc. Avowed is coming February 18th to the Xbox Series and the PC. And finally, at number 1, it's of course Monster Hunter Wilds. Like, what else could be number 1? Like, this is a very big release, and I mean, it's also one of those kinds of games where I don't have to tell you exactly what it is. There's not a lot to say about what Monster Hunter is. It's kind of its own genre at this point. But it seems like they're incorporating some great stuff from Monster Hunter Rise, which took the series a little more vertical. It was designed for the Switch, so it wasn't necessarily as technologically advanced as Monster Hunter World, but it had a great color palette and mechanics, like I said, that were a lot more verticalized. I liked that a lot. And I mean, this is the next Monster Hunter game. Monster Hunter World is fantastic. Monster Hunter Rise is fantastic. These both games I really like. There have been games where others have attempted to make like a Monster Hunter style game, and they haven't quite nailed it yet. Like I said, it's kind of its own genre, and people are trying. But Monster Hunter is the original. It does it the right way. It does it very well. It's going to be nice because there's single player and online multiplayer.
They can make the combat feel
all
better.
The platforms is coming out on. And if you're interested, there is also a 2-part open beta happening early in February on the 6th through the 9th and the 13th through the 16th. Anything you do there is also going to be transferable to the full game, which is releasing on February 28th for the PlayStation 5, the Xbox Series, and the
Monster
PC.
Hunter is like one of those
bet
legacy
I was playing
games.
Monster Hunter
They've been
Wilds. I do,
producing
of course, have a few bonus games for you here. The first of them is Rift of the Necrodancer, a rhythm roguelike from the creators of Crypt the Necrodancer. That's coming to PC on February 5th, and it is also coming to Switch sometime later in the year. There's also Morsels, a surreal story narrative adventure inspired by 1930s cartoons.
That's actually, I like
Also
the art
coming
style
to
of this
PC and
game.
Switch, but in addition to that, PS5 as well. That's landing on February 28th. Then there's Be Gone Beast, a cooperative dungeon crawler. Doesn't have an exact date, but it is coming to PC sometime in February. Next up is Moons of Darsalon, a side-scrolling action game with physics-based platforming.
Kind of reminds me of
retrofuturism looks. I think pretty cool-looking game. Coming to the PlayStation, the Xboxes, and Switch February 6th. And finally, Dollhouse Behind the Broken Mirror, a noir-looking psychological horror game coming to the PS5, Xbox Series, and the PC. And that's all for today. So leave us a comment. Let us know what you think.
Hey, I'll make sure y'all
the
go
video,
subscribe to
if
GamerX.
you're not subscribed, now is a great time to do so. We upload brand new videos every day of the week. The best way to see them first is, of course, a subscription. So click subscribe. Don't forget to enable notifications. And as always, we thank you very much for watching this video.
Games are coming out, I always go to GamerX. All right, so let's do this. All right, y'all. What's going down? It's your boy JLA. Welcome to another live stream. I appreciate y'all joining me. I know I already said that, but I just kind of wanted to do it again just so I can, reintroduce. You know what I'm saying? Just let's get an official start of the stream. I was kind of watching some videos trying to get a gauge of what games are coming out for next month. I think we've seen pretty much all the major releases for January, and I really haven't played any of them. Be honest with you, I haven't really been gaming a whole lot in general. Just been doing a lot of other things besides gaming, which I think, seeing as though the gaming industry has been a little bit shaky lately, and there are some kind of breakout releases like Marvel Rivals, which is I have been playing that game as well. I have a couple of hours in that game. I think there are not really any games to stick to. Of course, today we are going to be playing Throne and Liberty. There's an update that just released today. We can go over the Tico talk. Speaking of, let's go ahead and cue that up now. So the community manager for Throne and Liberty basically put out another Tico talk addressing the community, letting the community know that, they're listening and they're trying to, implement changes. Now, changes that they are implementing, I don't know if that's going to help the game survive, but we're going to take a look and see exactly what is that Tico is talking about. So, let's see here. Let's take a look at Tico and see what Tico's talking about.
Gamers, welcome back to Tico Talks Throne and Liberty. My name's Tico, and I'm the Globalization Design Manager at Amazon Games for Throne and Liberty. It's been a while since our last chat, and I hope all of you had a chance to get some rest over the holidays and enjoy some Throne and Liberty.
I mean, of course, I definitely enjoyed my family and enjoyed the New Year's as well. Me and my girl, we've been chilling, relaxing, and just, trying to spend more time together and just, I think this New Year is going to bring a lot of different things for us. So I think we should just try to enjoy the time that we have together while we have the chance. And that's what I've been doing. So, yeah.
I might have played a little too much, but hey, when you get a break from work, it's hard to resist.
Not for real.
I want to start by thanking all of you for your patience during that holiday period.
Yeah.
I know how eager you are to hear from us about many topics, and today we're going to address some of them. So grab your favorite drink, and let's dive right in. Okay. I want to waste no time and start with what's top of mind for many of you, server consolidations. Mm-hmm. Yes, they are coming.
Okay, so this already is a problem. I'll tell you why. Because we're only about, 3 months into the game, and we're already talking about server consolidations. That means that the player count has dropped off so drastically on each server that now they are forced to consolidate and bring those servers together onto one server. You get what I'm saying? And I've actually been seeing the signs of this on my server. I'm on Lasland in Throne and Liberty. If you guys play in your own Lasland, hit me up and let me know. But my guild is pretty much all quit the game. I think 3 or 4 of them get on like consistently, including myself. So maybe 3. And I haven't really been seeing as many people in Stoneguard or in any of the main cities that you teleport to after you do something in the game. So I think that because there's not really a lot of motivation to continue to play the game besides PvP, and the fact that the targeting system and just the combat in general is a little bit it's just a little bit, what's the best word I can use? It's clunky. It's just clunky. It's not very well designed. I think it can be good if they just put the right systems together and make it work. But as of the way it feels right now, and this has been a consistent complaint for me, the way it feels right now, I don't want to do PvP. I know a lot of people have fun with PvP. My internet's not that good, so having high ping and basically just having Greatsword Dagger players one-shot me before I can even react. We have the desync issues. There's so many compiling issues that there's not really one thing that makes people quit. But as far as the open world PvP and just the dungeon runs and all the things that they have implemented in this game from the start, I think it was just kind of underbaked. And maybe they should have taken a little bit more time to add some more life skills, add things in the in-game that people really want to look forward to. Right now, there's nothing.
And I want to be completely transparent about what this means for our community. Our goal with server consolidations is twofold. First, it's to ensure we maintain the competitive landscape within servers. And second, we want to widen the pool of people that can play together on each server.
I understand.
The approach to server consolidations will be a multi-step process that includes merging auction houses between early access and launch servers, offering a free server transfer period, which includes removing the restriction of transfers between early access and launch servers, and then finally, the consolidation of existing servers. I want to emphasize here that any servers impacted will be consolidated into new servers, rather than merging one server into another.
You know what I hate sometimes about the way they show this game? They never really show like real life gameplay. They always show this, no UI, no HUD, no nothing. They always show the game like that, and it's kind of like a highlight reel of the game. It makes the game look a lot better than what you would actually see on your day-to-day basis as far as the way you play the game. So I think it's a little bit dishonest, but I mean, I think that's just a part of marketing, and it's not something that's like nefarious, but when you play this game, it's not going to look like how you just saw it. It's going to look, you're going to be a lot more zoomed out, and the way you use the skills, it's going to be a lot more nuanced to that. So I don't know if I always like the way they show the game, but based off of what he said, I think what they're trying to do is retain a lot of the players that they have now, and then just lower the cost of operations. Because I think they're seeing that like KR completely fell off. Now NA is completely falling off. They don't have any other market to really go to, and unless they completely change the whole image of this game, because most people thought it was pay to win when it first started anyway. So a lot of the like hardcore MMO players didn't really even try the game. I mean, they had 300,000 at the start of the game, but as it continued on, I mean, that dwindled down to like 100,000 after the first week. So I think a lot of the hardcore PvP, hardcore MMO players, they played it for a day or two, and then they just got off because they already could feel that the targeting system was half-baked. And then, based off of what has been said about KR, there's no real end game besides PvP. And, PvP eventually, I'm telling you, if it's not organic and if it's not like done in the right way to where it's more exploratory, like in Arcade, I think Arcade was the best example. You could flag up at any time and kill someone out in the world, but there was actual purpose for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you was flagging up, you was probably trying to kill them because they had a trade pack or something that you wanted to take. Or you can go and steal their boat, you know what I'm saying? And then they wouldn't even be able to get their boat back until it's destroyed. You get what I'm saying? So there was a lot of exploratory PvP in a sense to say that there was things that you would do out in the world that would cause you to PvP instead of it just being this specific situations where you're lining up PvP, and every time this happens, that's when you're going to do PvP. Like Siege is cool, but I think they definitely just copied ESO, Elder Scrolls Online, because that's pretty much the same system. It's literally the exact same. But I think Elder Scrolls Online handles it a little bit better because of the way their guild system works. Our guild system right now, it's too many alliances, and it's too many Zergs, and it feels like there's no real reason to try after a while.
Their already existing server. I know you probably have many questions about what happens during consolidation, which servers will be affected, and plenty more.
Yeah.
So to address this properly, we'll be releasing a comprehensive article later this week that will outline all the details, steps we're taking, and planned dates. So you'll know exactly what to expect.
I mean, let's just first off say thank you to Tico, because this honestly is amazing. Like, this is the reason why I still try to play this game, because I mean, you have to be honest. These are good things that they're trying to do with this game. These are good things, and they're trying to stay in constant communication with the community, which I think is the reason why this game can still survive. But if they still do have to change some core systems about the game in order for it to work. And if they don't, I don't know if it's going to make it. We'll have to see. I don't know.
Now, I've seen a lot of discussion from players wondering what we've been working on over the last couple of months. Well, all of us at AGS and NCSoft have been focused on making fundamental improvements to Throne and Liberty as we get ready for Talandre's launch, our upcoming free expansion. And I want to share some of those details now. First, let's talk about combat improvements, which is something I've mentioned before, but can now share more specifics. We're making foundational changes to our combat mechanics with the focus on improving fluidity and intuitive feel. So what does this mean in practice?
This is a godsend. So now we're getting into the crux of it. They're actually listening. This is why we thank Tico ahead of time. And thank you, Tico. Thank you so much for finally listening. Because the combat is just... And I'll show y'all. I'll show y'all later in the stream. I'll show you exactly what I mean. But it's just not polished enough.
Here are some of our planned changes. Players will now maintain their regular movement speed while attacking.
Exactly.
We're eliminating the functionality that forces your character to face your target when attacking.
Okay.
And introducing line of sight requirements to attack players and monsters.
Right.
Movement controls will now be
That means that you can like charge an ability that facing away from an enemy and let it go, and it'll still hit the enemy. It'll still shoot towards the enemy. Right now, if you're charging a fireball, like I'm a liberator, so I'm staff and bow. If you're charging a fireball, if you're facing away from the target, then and try to let it go, it won't actually go to the target. It'll cancel the animation, and then it'll put your ability on some type of cooldown that we still don't know how that works. But if you don't roll out of it, then you'll basically not be able to use that skill for a little, spurt of time. But that being said, this is a pivotal change because that means that you'll still be able to shoot a target when you're facing away from them, and that's better in a tab targeting game. Even though they have some action combat elements, it's better in a tab targeting game to be able to shoot anytime you are moving because it's all about distance. When your tab target is all about distance and playing out right outside of the range of where somebody can attack you. And if it's not that, then what is it? So I don't know if they balance the game around the fact that this is a tab targeting game and it's not an aimed game. So meaning it's not relying on skill shots, it's relying on you selecting a target and then your ability hitting the target and having a chance to hit or to be dodged depending on how much evasion you have, or if you get hit, then it'll mitigate the damage depending on how much endurance you have. You get what I'm saying? But I don't think they fully understood the fact that when you're in a tab targeting game, you have to play around the distances. So melee has to be able to catch up to the range, but there also has to be some counterplay with the range to be able to get out of the distance where the melee can catch up with them. And right now in this game, every melee class has 3 or 4 dashes that they can use to get to you. And they have stuns, and they have one-shot abilities that will completely destroy your whole health bar. So it's like, I don't know if they knew what they were doing when they were trying to balance melee versus ranged, but if you're playing ranged in this game right now, you better have a healer and you better have a tank. And you gotta have someone or something to try and keep you alive past their burst damage. Maybe just one healer would work. You know what I'm saying? Because then you can have him do the purification or purifying touch to get you out of the stun so you can move away from the melee player. But that means the healer would have to be focused directly on you. What's going down? What's going down, y'all? And I think we may have to work on that. Let's continue.
Consistent both in and out of combat. Did anyone say backpedal? We're increasing base melee attack range and changing from camera-based to character-based relative movement.
Which is great.
Additionally, we're making core changes to our targeting system.
Right.
So you can expect targeting to feel more natural and intuitive when tab targeting, and more responsive and precise when targeting with mouse clicks.
That's all we need.
These changes are going through multiple rounds of extensive testing to ensure we deliver the highest quality combat experience we can.
I really hope
We're targeting for all of these combat changes to arrive with Talandre. The next major improvement.
Talandre's coming in February. It's their newest update. It's gonna have some new open world dungeons, tier 2 gear, and a lot more. They just released the Chaos room, so that's another level of room. But I don't know. We'll see what happens.
To discuss is open world PvP. One of Throne of Liberty's core elements is epic scale open world PvP. While this vision has worked well with our castle sieges, and our PvP community is having a blast there, we've noticed something interesting, and that's the incredibly positive reception to our guild versus guild content.
Right.
That's also coupled with concerns about how alliances and mega alliances are continuing to impact the overall PvP experience. So, in an effort to lean into guild versus guild content and make the distribution of rewards more fair, we will be making major changes to how field bosses work. Field bosses will transition from an open world PvP format to a guild versus guild format, similar to what you may have experienced in.
This might be a mistake. I don't know. Because it's making the guild versus guild combat less organic and more instance-based. And this might be the nail in the coffin for the PvP in general. I think there's been a lot of takes on it. And I'm okay with open world PvP. I'm okay with it. I would like to see more etiquette amongst the players when it comes to open world PvP. Like, if you don't get attacked, don't attack. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially if I know it's kind of like you just see an enemy and it's a red person, so you gonna shoot at them because they're red. But sometimes they have PvP in places where there's contracts, and so you might be just wandering around doing contracts and then get completely blasted by 5 dudes just because pause you get completely beat up by 5 people pause because you just wandering through the area where there's PvP, and you have to get to where you're trying to go, but you just so happen to wander too close. Now you're getting smacked, and it's like, man, at this point I just want to turn the game off because I ain't even want a PvP. That wasn't even my point. My point is just trying to get these contracts done. Now I'm resetting and having to take more time to do this arduous task that I already don't want to do. But I think they're gonna attack this. Hopefully they do. We'll see how it works. But yeah, instance-based PvP, I don't know if that's gonna work in the end. I think that might be an issue in the future. We'll see.
Inter-server Riftstone battles, where 2 guilds will be matched 1 versus 1 in a boss fight. As Throne of Liberty continues to evolve, we want to adapt content to lean into what players are organically enjoying, and I'm personally very excited and optimistic about this new direction.
Right.
This is a substantial change, and we're still fine-tuning the matchmaking and reward system. So look forward to February when we'll share more detailed information.
Okay.
Now I'd like to talk about a few topics that I've seen a lot of speculation about in the community and address them directly.
Let's talk
starting with Tier 2 gear.
Tier 2.
Players will be able to begin acquiring Tier 2 gear at the time Talandre is released. And when that Tier 2 gear does arrive, players will be able to upgrade them all the way to plus 12 from the onset.
So this is going to be, I think, the determining factor whether this game can survive or not. This singular update, Talandre, is going to determine whether this game can survive into 2026. People already have been talking about the fact that in order to upgrade these pieces of gear to plus 12, now you already know how much it takes to get plus 9. Plus 12 is going to be double that, even triple that. So it might be a little bit of a grind to get your gear, all of your gear leveled up to plus 12. And I think that it includes your weapons and chest pieces, helmets, everything. Your whole gear set will need to be upgraded to level 12. Now, I think you can transfer your current experience from your gear that you have now, but it's only going to give you an incremental amount. And I think this is where things might get a little testy, man. We're going to see.
The ability to increase gear to plus 12 will also apply to Tier 1 Arc Boss weapons, and yes, these weapons will also be buffed to match the power of Tier 2 weapons. The other speculative topic I wanted to cover is the new weapon mastery system that many of you have probably heard about from the Korean service. I've seen plenty of guesses for when it will arrive to our service, so I will tell you now that it will also arrive with Talandre. With all this talk about Talandre, I know you must be wondering, when is Talandre coming? Or maybe even, what is Talandre? Well, make sure to tune in to Godspeed's next episode of Ion's Elysium on January 28th for the big reveal. And between you and me, I wonder if she's going to drop any other information about upcoming content. Okay, we just covered a lot, but that's not everything we're working on. Let me highlight some other key improvements in development. First, we're implementing changes to reduce situations that can lead to toxicity, especially in co-op dungeons. We're also tackling key quality of life improvements, like streamlining inventory management for both regular...
I'm sorry, I had to pause it, but this is such a huge problem in Throne right now. I mean, if y'all don't know, Throne and Liberty is probably one of the most toxic games in dungeons that I've ever played. I've played WoW, I've played ArcAge, I've played Terra, think of an MMO, Guild Wars, I've played them. And in any other MMO, I've never experienced such toxicity as I have in Throne and Liberty. And I don't know why. Because the dungeons they're very easy, to be honest. They're not hard at all. But for some reason, people just have the hardest time getting along in this game, and it's become a problem. It's become a real problem. So I think hopefully they can start to solve this, get our community kind of moving in the right direction. But I do think another issue that has kind of seeded into this problem is the fact that every single content creator centers around drama in this game, and it's not about the gameplay. It doesn't end up being about the gameplay at all. Everybody centers around the drama and the interactions between people, which it can be good, like it can be entertaining, but after a while, I kind of want to get more into the gameplay, in the depth of the gameplay. The reason why Fortnite lasted so long is because there was so much depth in the gameplay that you could keep making tutorial after tutorial after tutorial. It would like be endless because there were constantly things being found, constant strategies being found that people wanted to implement in their gameplay. And that's how the game stayed alive. When everything is based off of peer-to-peer interactions, eventually it will get stale. It's just like any social media platform. Most social media platforms have they have a climb, and then they have a peak, and then they have a dive, a fall off. You get what I'm saying? And that's how any social interactive medium is. Even clubs. There'll be a club that comes up, is popular, and then it's not popular anymore. That's why you can't make it about the club. You make it about the experience. You make it about the experience because you can take that experience anywhere you go. You can go anywhere and set up this experience, and it can still be, unique to what you do. It's kind of like people that travel around for conventions and different things to sell products. They have their specific product that they make that can't nobody else do. This game doesn't have that. This game does not have something unique that no one else does. It's literally just doing the same thing over and over and over again. And it's mostly things that other games have done before. And it's not doing it as well. I mean, if they would just really give us simple things that we can do in in-game, like for me personally, I think housing and, maybe taming animals. Like, there's so many different cool animals in this world that I feel like you should be able to tame. You should. Why wouldn't you want to have a house where you can have like a gated home where you got like a bunch of those little raptors, the birds, you know, or you can breed them and then they lay eggs for you, and then you get resources continuously from you having that farm, that something that they would produce, and then you can make lucid from that. You get what I'm saying? Like, there's systems that they could create that would really help the game have some type of lifeline. But right now, the only lifeline that it has is the PvP and Siege and world bosses and, you know, guild v guild fights. And it's like, bruh, I'm a solo player, so I don't really care about the guild v guild stuff. What I do wish is that if it was balanced enough to where even as a solo player, I could still come in and like maybe even like on the fly join one of the guilds as a mercenary and, you know, help them fight or something like that. You get what I'm saying? To where I'm not forced to coordinate and I gotta politic and create an alliance and then try to get all of my guild mates on at the same time to try and figure out a way for us to have some fun. You know what I'm saying? Like, we are literally trying to figure out ways to have fun with this game, and that is a problem.
Items and runes. And along those same lines, we're analyzing the game's materials and working to reduce the current material overload that many of you have experienced.
Right.
And finally, something I know many of you will appreciate. We're expanding the ways you can approach gear progression.
Okay.
While PvE content is the current primary path for progression, we want to give you more flexibility to progress through the content you enjoy most, whether that's PvE, PvP, or a mix of both.
We like that.
We're still iterating on the finer points of all of these efforts and their release timing, but I promise to share more information as we make progress. Now,
Okay, cool.
I want to talk about some promises we've made to you in previous discussions. Back in October, I mentioned we were working on new UI elements to show contextual information about guild contributions during conflict mode bosses.
Yeah.
That change is arriving in just...
This is genuinely something that I don't care about because I don't ever go to guild conflict bosses. Like, I don't ever go to them, and I don't want to because I've been playing this game since launch, 600 plus hours. I have yet to have genuine fun with the open world PvP. Because I haven't been in any large guilds. I haven't been in any, you know, major PvP guild. So for me, genuinely, every time that I go to a conflict boss, I'm having a hard time. Because I don't have a healer, I don't have a tank, I don't have anyone to peel for me. It's just me. You get what I'm saying? So, and that's been a consistent thing since I started the game. And I don't want to get into the politics of dealing with these bigger guilds where they want you to be on at a certain time every day and be on Discord and I just don't want to do that. And if that's what you want to do, that's cool, bro. But not everybody wants to do that. Not everybody wants their the game that they play to be their second job. It's just not how we want to play the game.
Just a few days on January 23rd. For our console players, in November I promised mouse and keyboard support, and we are now targeting to deliver this feature on February 6th.
Mouse and keyboard is going to be
In my
cool
recent
for
holiday letter in December, I acknowledged your feedback about
FPS.
daily activities feeling overwhelming. Let me share some initial steps we're taking to address this. Starting January 23rd, you'll be able to open normal end-of-dungeon chests even when doing dimensional trials.
This is a W. Chat, this is a W. This is a W, chat. So this is actually going to single-handedly make dungeon runs more of an easier time. Because now you can use your tier 2 dimensional tokens to claim a chest and get your reward and get the runes that you earn from running the dimensional trial. So this is good, guys. Good.
Then, on February 13th, we're adding the ability to open multiple chests within a single dungeon run. This change will be initially applied to 1-star dungeons.
Okay.
We're still working on improvements for
wait, let me see.
We're adding the ability to open multiple chests within a single dungeon run.
Wait, multiple chests in a single dungeon run?
This change will be initially applied to 1-star dungeons.
Okay.
We're still working on improvements for contracts and Abyss dungeons.
How many
for Abyss
additional
dungeons specifically,
chests?
our focus is less on reducing time spent inside of the dungeons and more on improving the fun factor of the dungeons themselves.
That's what we need.
On January 23rd, we're adding nighttime chests to Shadowed Crypt for our PvP players to compete over.
The nighttime chests are cool,
we'll be able to share
but most
more
people,
details next.
You know, the crazy part about it is most people don't even use all of their dimensional trial tokens. So I'm never in a situation where I just have 0 dimensional trial tokens. So why am I gonna go to Shadow Crypt and fight somebody over a chest that has 200 or 300 dimensional trial tokens, and I have full tokens and I don't ever use them? I mean, like, what are you doing? I don't want it. I mean, I don't care about that. Maybe put some type of loot in there, or put like some type of purple drop that you fight over, something, versus just the dimensional trial tokens, because I don't care about those. That means that I have to spend more time to run a dungeon to get the loot, and then it's just a random chance that I might actually get some good loot or not. Nah, bro. Like, I'm good. I'm genuinely good on that, you know?
Next month, about more of the changes coming to Abyss dungeons that impact all of our players. Let's jump over to Castle Siege timing.
Okay.
Based on your responses to our
I have yet to be to 1 Castle Siege. 600 hours in this game and yet to be at 1 Castle Siege. Ask me why? Ask me why. Because I don't care about it. I don't care about it. It's not something I want to do in a game. I don't care, dude. I don't care. I'm not trying to play Civilization 2 war simulator. Like, if that's what y'all want to go play something else, bro. I want to just play a normal MMO, bro. Can I go fish? Can I drive around in a funky car that I earned after, playing 1,000 hours? And people know that I earned it, after playing 1,000 hours. Like, they give me some funky stuff that I can do to kind of show off my time playing the game. Like, this game just don't have it. Everybody's wearing the same stuff. There's no uniquity in the way people look, and I hate to be so masochistic, but it's how I'm perceiving the game. That's why I've not been opening up the game. Like, ever since I put in that 600 hours, that has decreased extremely. If I go to my Steam right now, let's go to my library, Throne and Liberty. So now I have 700 hours. But a lot of that is just me just sitting on the game, right? It ain't even been me like actually playing. It's just me sitting at the storage guy, just sitting there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not really actually playing the game. I wish you could see how frequent you have played. I mean, I just played today just because I opened up the game just to see if it's actually up. Because when they put out the lunar update, it wasn't actually even, the servers were down. So, that's another reason why people are like getting very frustrated with this game, because every update there's another thing that breaks. I mean, Tico, I love you, man, and I thank you for everything that you do, for the community managers, for all of the people that are trying to make this game better. I appreciate you guys. It's just, I don't know if it's working. I don't know. I'm not sure. But let's continue on
recent
this
survey.
video.
It's clear that players want sieges to occur later in the day. With our upcoming maintenance this week,
later in the day,
Siege start time of 8 p.m.
It doesn't mean I'm gonna show up.
Game schedule.
I'm gonna just be honest.
This change will impact the Castle Siege on January 26th and all subsequent sieges.
Like, I want to say this looks cool,
I want to remind you how seriously we take your survey feedback.
This is
terrible. As you can
terrible.
probably tell from
It's
today's
terrible.
topics,
It's not
many of
fun
these
to
changes
play.
came directly from your feedback in our survey. So please keep giving us that feedback. And thank you all again for your continued feedback across all of our platforms.
Well,
If you haven't already, please help us out by leaving a review on your game's platform. We're going to continue to do our best to listen to your feedback, action that feedback, and communicate with you openly and honestly. All right, and now that brings us to our community question. Throne in Liberty currently has cooking and fishing, but if you could add any other form of lifestyle content to Throne in Liberty, what would it be? I'm really curious to hear your thoughts on this one.
I'm going to just go ahead and say housing. Just give me not instanced housing. Not instance. I want it to be open world housing. Give me some space to where I can put my little house. And every time somebody drives by or walks by, they going into the town, they going to Stone Guard, or they going somewhere, they'll see my little house that I built with all of my stuff that I put outside of it. And I'll be able to wear that as a badge of honor and say, hey, I got my house, okay? I got my house in this game, okay? You know, I'm a homebody. So a home for me is a big deal. But y'all don't have no way to do that in this game. Even if it was instance, which I don't like instance housing. I don't like instance housing. I mean, let me reiterate that. I do not like instance housing. I would rather you just give me a regular open world house, some plot of land that I can put on. I can customize it. I can add little decorations and things that I collected from around the world, and boom. And I can invite other players from my guild in. I can, or maybe you can even do a guild house or a guild castle. I would say if y'all do like guild castles and then you siege the guild castle instead of it just being like Stone Guard or you set up different castles around the world, and then you can claim those castles just like booms, and then people can invade those castles and siege those individual castles. I don't know. I'm just throwing ideas out there. All I'm saying is that there has to be some type of in-game draw. Right now, I genuinely I'm gonna open up and play the game, but right now, as I sit today, I don't know what I'm playing the game for. I have no idea. I have no idea why I'm playing this game. It's not for PvP. It's not for PvE. I'm playing it because it looks cool at this point. It just looks cool. But there's no actual motivation to go back and play the game. And I just want you to know that, Tico, if you ever see this video, just please, put some type of in-game life skill that you can do to motivate you to continue to log in. Because right now, at least a farm simulator, something. Right now, I don't really care to log in. I don't. I don't care to continue to gear creep and get stronger and stronger to fight a guild that I'm never going to catch up to as a free to play. And then if I want to actually catch up to them, then I have to buy, I have to, spend money, which I'm just not willing to do on this type of game because I know
please
it's a
like
trap.
And subscribe.
It's a trap. But I think I'm just trying to see what the opinions are here, which is an option. Allies in large scale. Yeah, there should be an option to not click on allies because that happens to me all the time. Change your feel about still matching GBTs and what's decision you can make. Alliances have a purpose that field bosses to be able to compete for loot. By changing alliances, we have no purpose other than siege. Yeah, for sure. I think they're just kind of trying to do damage control and just do as many things as they think they can do to try mix it up, and it's very fluid and we like that, but at the end of the day, man, y'all gotta actually lock something down and make
Subscribe if you want to see.
Arena is falling apart. Nobody really plays Arena, and if you do, then you are glutton for punishment because Arena is terrible right now to me. The desync and just the toxicity and how the lack of communication is just all bad, man. It's all bad. They have proximity chat in the game, but I feel like that doesn't really work that well. And when it does work, it's very annoying. But let's go ahead and open up Throne, man. Let's open up Throne and let see what this update is, y'all. Let's see what this update is. Let's see how it looks and see what they got. See what they did. Alright. Hope y'all are having a good day. Let's go ahead and cue up some little music here while we okay. Go. Copyright. Boom. Alright. We ain't gonna make that too loud. Just gonna keep that down there like that right there. And let's do it! So we got our character right here. Maybe like this right here. Maybe something like that. Alright. Got the character. Let's go ahead and load up. Now they do have a new costume that they just released that I'm thinking maybe I might want to try. Let's see. This one's actually kind of fire. I rather like it. What y'all think? I feel like it may just be, it may be cool over here. What y'all think? I think this is cool looking. And then you can like go in and change the colors, of course. What would I do? That's gonna be gold automatically. So that'll be the right gold right there. Boom. That'll be like that. And then we can do our top a different color. You know what I'm saying? Something like this. Just something clean, you know? Like this right here is pretty clean. So I just need 200 more lucent to buy it. So we're gonna see about making our 200 lucent today, so we can buy the new outfit because we are free to play. Meanwhile, let's go ahead and go back to the Amatoy house and claim our reward. Now you do want to go ahead and be running Amatoy every hour because you do get these New Year's coins, which you can spend at a specific merchant. That's in pretty much every time, I believe. So yeah, we got some movement around here, guys. People are logged back on to check out the new update, which is really good. Let's go ahead and let's find this merchant. There should be another merchant for the New Year's. And normally there's one in every main town. So let's see if we can find it. So they did make a change now. Every town has the purple sundries merchant, the purple accessories crafter. All the purple crafters are here now. It used to be that they were blue crafters, which didn't make any sense. I think they should have made it to where every place you were able to craft purple gear, because after a while people start emptying out of the other places. So this is where you can buy different rewards with these New Year's coins. So we only have 6 right now, so we don't have enough to buy anything, but they say get the Chaos Rune selection chests. So we're going to try and focus on getting those. We'll just buy one for now. And let's take a look at the mail. So we do... Oh. Dang. Dang. So y'all make sure y'all hop on, man, because they gave a whole lot of stuff for the server disruption stuff. I mean, they literally they just bankrolled us. We're gonna get to basically to a higher. So let's take a look at what our CP is right now. So we're at 4165. If we just go ahead and open up these room chests, which we can now have 300. If you take a look, we can now have 300 instead of 100. So that's a huge deal. Let's go ahead and open up these room chests. So we'll open up the lucky red one and see how much we got. Okay, we got the 2 million solar from that. Then let's take a look. Let's max these out. 70. So instantaneously, we're gonna be so we're gonna get a weapon chaos room off top and accept those, and then we're just gonna keep trying to get these chests out of our inventory if we can. Alright, so now we're already full. Got one green. We'll go ahead and dissolve the green. Accept those. I mean, this is insane. So we want to sort these from the highest to the lowest if we can. Or sorting, yeah, okay, sorting by the type. Alright, this is cool. I don't mind this. So weapon at the top, then ring, necklace, bracelet, belt. Yeah, bracelet and belt, which is good. I like that. That means it'll be a little bit easier to decipher what you are trying to get rid of. Because it's already a lot that you're looking at. I mean, if you look at it like, come on, how are you going to decipher which ones you want to get rid of? But if you already know, like, oh, I'm in the belts, you know, I really don't need a whole lot of belt rooms, then it'll make it a lot easier for you. Range defense, melee endurance. See, some of these, like, I'll go ahead and do the transmute. And so I've been kind of getting rid of the boss hit chance stuff just because at this point, like, I already have all the loot that I need, so I'm not really looking for loot. I'm more so looking for just a higher gear score. So get rid of some of these boss hit chance and critical hit chance. Let's see here. Excuse me. Got mana regen. Range defense, max mana. Don't care about that. Health regen. Melee evasion. Melee endurance. Okay. Convert those. I mean, this is a lot though. Like, it's even more than it was before. So now it's like you have to kind of go through it with a fine-tooth comb and figure out which ones you actually need. So I'm not gonna do that right now, but I did get silence chance, range critical hit chance. All right. So that's gonna make our gear score go up automatically. Go to our gear with the hood. Let's just go ahead and let's go ahead and take this off. And we'll go to our room system. Throw that bad boy in there. And you can replace this with anything. So we'll keep that. I mean, max health is good. Skill damage resistance. I mean, I don't really need that. So we'll do this. Now, in the meantime, let's see if we can find magic critical hit chance. Also, we have a better magical critical hit chance. And what is this? Max health. We don't have a better max health. I think that's the best one we have. So we'll just leave that as is. And I guess we can do that to all of our gear right now. Take all of our accessories off and stuff, and see if we can get our gear score up. So we already did it to the bow. We'll do it to the staff now, and I'll see if I can get some better. So we got hit chance right here. That might be the best one we can use right now. Let's see. Petrification chance. I really don't use the frost tomb at all, so I might do mana cost efficiency because that might help me out here. We're just running out of mana. Melee endurance. Oh, we definitely have a better melee endurance. So automatically our gear score is going up just by us equipping these newer runes, which is amazing, right? So maybe by the time we're done with this, we can be like 4,200 gear score. We'll see. So bind resistance. Right now, what I have, skill damage resistance, mana cost efficiency. That might be a good one. Mana cost. Yeah, we'll do that one. We'll do this. Is this magic endurance? Yeah, we'll do max health on this one. Just give us that max health because I think we took the other one off. And this is hit chance. So yeah, we have a high hit chance. We'll do that one right there. Moving on. So we got magical hit chance. We'll just do raw hit chance because that scales to both our weapons. Magic defense, max health. We got a better max health. Yep, 41. Cool. And then we got a skill heal. So the skill heal is good, but I think oh, we have a better one. We'll use that. All right, that's cool. Let's go into the bracer. Start here. Well, we'll start here. Boom. Stun resistance. Honestly, let's go for mana cost efficiency. We're gonna scale more into like specific stuff, like what we actually need. Just a little bit. Okay. So alright, so mana cost efficient. So we had already did this, right? We do have a 31 heavy attack chance, range heavy attack chance. I mean, we're gonna go with it. Yeah, cause I mean, honestly, it's more stats anyway. Alright, max health, magic defense, melee endurance, max health, so we got a better one. Alright, we're gonna have a better gear score already. Like, we definitely are doing good. Range critical hit chance, range critical hit chance. So we'll go with this one. What's this? Magic defense. I don't have. Okay, we'll go with the magic defense. Skill heal for our flash wave. Let's see. Critical hit chance. damage, critical hit chance. I mean, that's slightly better. We'll go with it. Weaken chance. Amatoy heal, collision resistance, Amatoy heal, let's see, bind resistance, stun resistance. I guess I can go with stun resistance. That'll help like with those mobs that like always stun you. No matter what kind of stuff is going on. Okay. Cool. Boom. Let's go ahead and re-equip these. So we were at 4165. Now we are at, what are we at now? We are at 4194. Okay, cool. 4194 is good. We just gotta like keep leveling up our rooms, really. Let me go ahead and put some of this stuff in. Alright. We ain't gonna spend too much time doing this, because I do want to actually get to the gameplay. But I want to make sure that I'm optimizing myself so I can. Oh, we got a fire festival. 12 minutes. I can do what I need to do. I normally go to like the last part of these events, because I'm not looking to get like the best score. I'm just trying to get something. Resistance. Okay, I think I have the most. I have the most blue rooms right now. So I'm gonna start trying to scrub some. Melee endurance. Melee regen is good. Endurance, max health. Oh my god, dude. Ranged endurance, magic evasion. I'm about to just start getting rid of some of these, bro. I'm not gonna go through all of these like that. To me, I feel like that gives me anxiety, bro. Like that gives me such bad anxiety when I have to like constantly be looking through this whole list of crap. Like I don't want to do that. And then like my OCD starts kicking in and it's not organized. And then like I want to get this out of my inventory because I know I can do it, but then I have to get rid of something else to do it, and it's just a clusterfuck, dude. It really is. It really is a clusterfuck. Because at this point, like I just want to get rid of some. Like it's too many. Any ones that are under 20, I'll just get rid of them. You know, like I'm not even gonna care to look at what they are, cause like if I do that, bro, that's gonna drive me insane. Oh snap! Bro, what was that? Anybody else seen that? Oh, it was this lantern. I was inside the lantern. Where is it? Yeah. What am I even doing? What am I even doing? Okay. Let's go do something, y'all. So it's raining now. We're gonna go to the fire festival and we will collect some things from the fire festival. We actually need to get some of these little orb things. What are they called again? Trade they're called what? Extracts. Mystic keys, mystic portals. That's what it's called. I'm hitting harder. Just off top. Alright, mate. Come on. Come on. Alright. Yeah, see, as you can see, desync. My internet's not that good, so like I need responsiveness over everything. And a lot of times I'm not getting the responsiveness that I need. And a lot of people feel the same. But this is how they show the game. That's how they show the game. Right. This is how they show the game. Like, this is how you actually gonna be playing. You're not playing this game like this. No hood. You don't even know what skills are on cooldown. You're gonna play the whole game like this. Can't see nothing. No. It's a ruse, mate. You're not playing like this. Most of the time you're playing just like this. Not that far away. Because then you can see more. It's easier to like actually see what you're doing. They want to show the game and it's all the way up here. This ain't realistic. And me, I like to play in action combat camera settings, so I don't want to hold down my mouse button the whole time while I'm trying to play. Like, I've done that before, and I used to be super used to it, but now I don't like that. But this is not how this game looks, y'all. This is not the real thing. This game really looks like this. That's how you gonna play it. I mean, the most you'll probably zoom up about that far. Which even then, it's like kind of claustrophobic. Like I need to back up a little bit. How do I got 85 already? I don't even remember when I got that many. Let's do a classic pool. So you want to try to get all the mobile targets to the stationary targets. Bomb them down. That's gonna be your classic. With this build that I have, which has the whirlpool instead of the meteor strike, I think it's better for farming because the meteor strike just takes too long to actually cast it. So that's not my favorite skill, to be honest. I'd rather have something that I could just shoot, throw out. It slows them down. I can put it in one spot. I can draw everybody here, and put them down. And they're getting damage over time, and it's stacking up. It's stacking up the Gale stacks. See that? when you see me clicking on an ability and it not fire, that's the game desyncing for me. Basically, the game's not telling, or the keyboard's not telling the game that I put in an input in this because it's happening too late because of my internet connection. But this is a Korean-based game. I mean, they should have King worked out. In my humble opinion, but who am I? Alright. Boom. I'm gonna go turn these in before I miss my chance. 150 is pretty good actually. It starts so late. One thing I can say about this game is when you get stronger, you can feel it. You know, you can tell that your gear score went up. Bonus tier unlocked. Okay, so people are trying to farm Solent. Let's go ahead and turn these in, and then we can just farm Solent for the rest of the time right here. Get this boss killed. Mana cost efficiency actually helps. Let's see if anybody else is going. Okay, so he just completely dodged my whole thing. I hate that. This work shaman over here shooting me in the side of my head, bro. Back up. Okay. Alright. These bosses, these world bosses are actually very hard to kill if you don't have a big enough group. So I don't know if we have a big enough group for this. Yeah. I mean, look at the rate that we're killing him, and we've only got 2 minutes. Yeah, that's a waste of time. We're not gonna be able to kill him. We're not gonna be able to kill him. Oh, there's one of my guildies. Scarlet. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, we all do the same thing. We get a little bit of fire turned in, and then we just chill and wait. You know, because all you're trying to do is, excuse me, get the participation rewards. Oh man, it's raining right now, so we should be in Sanctum, but we're waiting for this to be over, and then we'll go to Sanctum. Well, actually, we'll wait till this is over, and then we're gonna do some dungeon runs. I'm gonna go use the restroom first, and then we'll do some dungeon runs, and then just kind of talk about everything and see how things have been going in the game and where we are. Claim that. I got 1,500. Where'd that come from? Oh, they gave us 1,500 for the trouble, huh? Well, we're gonna get all of these, cause just remember, runes make you inherently stronger. And then we're gonna get the trade extraction stones. That way we can make some money on the auction house. And I mean, the master report is good. The abundance fruit is good. All these are good. Right. It's over. Except we got our runes. Cool. Boom. Alright. Let's go ahead and circle back. I mean, I'm just gonna, because I know some of these are gonna like come back eventually, I just gotta get rid of them. I'm not even gonna look at them, because if I look at them, then I create too much of a personal attachment to it. And at this point, I'm probably gonna get the room back at some point. And I just need to clear some of my space, man. Okay. 270, wow. Put a dent in that. Maxed out. Maxed out. Nice, yo. Patient. And I'm steady waiting. In a redirection. Alright. Dang, it's starting to come down for real. Slow down. You good, bro? Rain, is you good, bro? Rain said, hell no, I ain't good, bro. I'm about to fall. Hell no, I ain't alright. Didn't you just see me fall? Hell, I knocked all the wind out of my system. Okay. Alright. Cool beans. Let's see if we can make this loosen, man. So, apparently there's a way to... This is Death's Abyss. I don't want to do Death's Abyss, but we'll do it anyway. We'll do it anyway. Say we'll do it anyway. Yeah, we'll do it anyway. We'll do it anyway. What does it do? No. What? Why are people like... This is what I'm talking about, bro. Why are people like this? You couldn't just wait 1 second, bro? He couldn't wait 1 second for me to be like... Bruh. Bro. That's annoying. That's freaking annoying, yeah. And I don't even want anything from here. Like, there's not going to be anything valuable from this dungeon that is going to sell for a lot of lucent right now. So it's like kind of not worth my time to even wait for this crap. But I'm going to go ahead and do it anyway, because I feel like I just want to be a good sport about it. And I don't want to be toxic and leave them, but they'll be able to do the... It, like, truth be told, like, by the time I get there, bro, they're gonna already be at the end of the, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the dungeon. Let's see which one we got. That was, I think I'm gonna do excavator. Since it's peace. Let me hurry up, man. They already got to the other dimensional circle. So now they open this one up. Boom. Now they get into the other one. Let's see how fast they can kill it. Stay away from them. Okay. And I'm out. I'm out. I'm not dealing with these shapeshifters. I'm not dealing with these shapeshifters. Y'all left me out. Don't expect me to take the, you know what I'm saying, the brunt of it. Come on. There we go. Let's get on out of here. Get on down the road. I said, get on down the road. Ooh. Alright, so come on. The fire! Let's get past the fire. Bam, 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 bam. Alright, I need some CC. Are we gonna do it? Good. There you are. Oh. Wow. Knock me off. Alright. Come out of here. Okay. Somebody take this. Get the shapeshifter, yo. God bless your soul. God bless your soul. Alright, we are gonna wait on this guy because we're not a-holes. Come on, Mr. Robbins. Mr. Robbins. Okay. Got that. Boom. Okay. I don't know how this happened, but alright. Come on, dude. And this guy's just gonna sit here. Man, what? Bro, I hate these people, bro. I hate these people, bro. I hate these people. I hate the people that play this game. Like, seriously. It's literally like just an idiocracy. They know how to do this too. Everybody knows how to do this dungeon. But yet they didn't do it right because they just idiots, bro. It's pure just idiocy. I got stuck, but I still managed to participate in the mechanic. Like, it's just idiocy, bro. Like, stupidity, bro. Like, and that's why people quit this game, because this right here is toxic. It's no reason why I should have died. It's literally no reason. It's just dumb, dude. And it makes people bitch and moan and whine about it because it's dumb. It's dumb as hell. And then I did all that shit for what? What did I do it for? Permafrost hood. Like, bro, y'all, this is not gonna sustain, brother. This is not gonna work. This is not gonna work because I'm already bored. I'm sleepy bored playing this game. I'm sleepy bored playing this game. Cause it's no real reason to play. I done looked at these same rewards a million times over again, bro. I don't want to look at it no more. I ain't looking at nothing new. It's just too repetitive, man. It's too repetitive. I got all of these materials and I could do a lot with it, but I'm already max build, so what am I gonna do? I mean, I can unlock some stuff. I can unlock for this, but I'm not a real tank, and I'm not gonna go off build and invest all these materials into an off build, knowing that tier 2 might come out soon. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. At this point, like, I'm losing motivation for this game. I'm at that point, like, at this very moment, because I keep logging into the game and then I just completely lose all my motivation to play. And I don't know if there's anything they can do to change that, because like what I'm doing now, like I'm literally just going back and forth between storage and trying to figure out what I'm gonna do, and it's like, bro, you get what I'm saying? Like that's how I feel about it. Like, I'm out of here. Who cares? The only reason why I really want to play at this point is so I can get this costume. But then, what am I getting the costume for? Just so I can look cool. Just to look cool. That would be the primary reason. These weapons are kind of cool. Like the great sword's kind of cool. Spear is, yeah. Spear is cool. Wand, daggers, crossbows. A lot of these weapons all look the same too. Like if you go into the Mirror Boutique. And I mean, I'm just critiquing the game just because we're at that point. But this and that it looks like it's damn near from the same set. But this is two different sets. So all of these are starting to look the same. Like if we go to the daggers, boom, that looks the same. That's the same. That's the same, bro. That's like dang near all the same. Only one that looks different is this red one. I mean, these, no. I mean, bro, like if you using these, bro, pray for you. These are cool, but I mean, you know, it's kind of underwhelming. These are really cool. I like the design of those. And then you got these, like, nah, bro, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? And you cannot customize the color of any of these. So you stuck with, you know, whatever you get stuck with, and then you're not unique because you stuck buying stuff that is pre-made and everybody has it. Like, I don't know, man. It pisses me off. This game, it slowly pissed me off over time, especially after 700 hours of playing the game, and I can't even play it for a full hour right now. Like, I can't even play it a full hour. And I think a lot of these content creators been lying to y'all, bro. Like, they've been acting like they really playing this game and they not. You know? Like, y'all been getting sold a dream, bro. These content creators are not playing this game. And here I go getting some performance issues now. Yeah, let's just exit. Let's exit the game. Let's just exit the game. Let's just exit the game. Let's just... Because at this point, like, I don't want to play it. And I have to be honest with myself. I don't actually want to play the game. And I think that's going to be the sound, that's going to be the tune that you're going to be hearing a lot of moving forward with that game. Just because Tico, they trying to hold it together, but it's just not enough, man. It's just not enough. They would literally have to go and restructure the whole game for it to work out. And, you know, I just don't think it's in the cards right now. But yeah, man. Yeah. Now I do have another game that I have been kind of hinting at playing, called Nioh. So what I'm gonna do is, let's see. So I do have a new game that I've been hinting at playing, and it's called Nioh. And in preparation for a lot of these new single player games coming out, I kind of wanted to play a very linear game, I guess you could say, something more focused. I've been thinking about playing Naraka Blade Point as well. Man, if they would just make an MMO out of Naraka Blade Point, I would be so happy. Like Blade and Soul, but just Naraka. You get what I'm saying? Like, oh my goodness, that would make my world if they did that. But I don't know if they're ever going to do that. That's probably not a part of their plans. That being said, I am going to try and play some Naraka Blade Point later and some Marvel Rivals. Throne and Liberty, officially for me, guys, I think this is going to be my curtain call for that game. I'm probably not going to ever stream it again, just because it's just not fun, you know? It's just not fun. Kudos to all the people that are having fun with the game, but yeah, nah, bro. Nah, I'm okay. The moment-to-moment gameplay is just, nah. It's just, I'm team nah on that. It's not fun. It feels nothing like Arcade. I remember Arcade used to have such fun moment-to-moment gameplay. Even the combat was just very fun and intuitive and fluid, even for a tab targeting system. It was just so good, man. And I'm sad that, you know, we have like private servers that you can go play, and then also we have Arcade 2 coming out too. So, you know, we have some new stuff coming from Arcade. But man, when that game first released, bro, I was so in love with it, and it was so perfect. The open world PvP, the exploration, you can create your own ships and everything. Like, it was just so good, man. Now it's just, that's not what we have anymore. So it's okay though. It's all right. I'm gonna take a little bit of a break, guys. I'm gonna just queue y'all up a video to watch, and yeah, I have to go use the restroom really bad. So bear with me while I put on this video, okay? I might have to call him back. Let's take a look at Asmongold, see what he's saying about.
Trying their absolute best to get people to play and buy Assassin's Creed Shadows. They released a story trailer and everything. This is the event. I don't know if they have a trailer in this event, or in this video. So we're gonna watch the story trailer first that was released by Ubisoft themselves, and then we'll watch the actual preview. Okay. Here we go. That dislike ratio? Well, we'll see what happens.
It's hard to remember. Blood.
Breathe deeply. Tell me about your nightmare.
There is evil at work in our homeland. Greedy lords who bring war.
He comes.
Oh, wow.
Oda Nobunaga. He guys the attack. This blade, it cannot be taken.
What?
Now is the time.
These people don't care about us. Blood for blood.
This land will soon be unified by my vision. Is that tyranny?
I ride with you. I
My whole life, I have been caught on a wind, blown across the world.
I see potential in this man.
The black soldier is not one of us. Send him back to wherever he belongs.
He may become a legend, or he may die. Kill me? No. Tools belong in the old world. This is the way forward.
Oh! You slaughtered innocents!
The blade, it is sharp. You are part of something bigger than this war. Our fates are connected.
We have all seen darkness. Some have been that darkness. Because you believe in my cause, we have come together, despite it all. To bring change, to bring light.
Well, I don't know. It wasn't awful, I guess. You know, it wasn't amazing, but it was okay. It's all right. And so we'll take a look at the full preview of the game, and we'll see what the gameplay is going on with. And we'll see what happens with that. That looked better than the other ones you watched earlier. Why y'all hating on it? I think it's okay. I mean, again, like, I'm not going to make decisions on this based off of, what do you call it? Based off of, like, just a trailer, but yeah. Here we go. This is the actual preview of the game.
After spending several hours finally playing Assassin's Creed Shadows after multiple delays, the next entry keeps up with the satisfying action and traversal that the series is known for, but it also showcases a sharper eye for world building and giving its two protagonists their time in the spotlight. From my time sneaking through fortresses, taking in the sweeping vistas of the open world, and pulling off slick combat finishers, I got to see just how developer Ubisoft Quebec has improved its balancing act of satisfying action, RPG systems, and rewarding open-ended exploration in a captivating new setting that's been
I will say that riding around in the game looks good, but the combat sure doesn't. The combat looks like a big problem.
Long overdue. Since Assassin's Creed Origins in 2017, the series has stayed comfortably within the realm of the open-world RPG, offering an expanded scope and narrative decisions to alter the course of the story. While this shift has led to some growing pains for the franchise, it has gotten a better handle on the additional layers to gameplay without compromising the fantasy of being an ancient assassin. With Shadows, the latest attempt at an Assassin's Creed RPG shows that Ubisoft may have also cracked the code on the role-playing element with its two unique protagonists, something the series has struggled to present in a way that has muddied the narrative waters.
Yes, kid. It'll be quicker if I go.
Shadows sets its sights on a new mystery deep within a revamped Animus program. In this new simulation, we focus on feudal-era Japan and the secret history of both Yasuke, an historical African slave who became a full-fledged samurai, and Nioh, a female shinobi taking up the mantle of her father's legacy. The pair eventually team up to navigate a radically changing 1500s Japan, rubbing shoulders with other historical allies such as Oda Nobunaga and Kuroda Kanbei, while taking down a shadowy cabal of warlords manipulating the country's attempt at unification from within.
Man, the combat really seems pretty rough. Like, I can't see this. I mean, like, there's like so many new action combat games that are coming out, and like,
they hitting the mark.
It's too slow. It's good. Come on, you think it's good? I mean, compared to what? I mean, maybe it's good compared to like some bad.
I personally think, and I personally think that they just want to shit on this game, dude. People just want to shit on this game. Let's just be honest. And Asmongold is not above pandering to the general consensus. He's done it before and he will do it again. You know what I'm saying? But in my humble opinion, people just want to shit on the game. And even when they played it, they shit on it. I feel like gamers are getting to this point where we're just fucking spoiled brats, dude. Like, excuse my language, but it's just nothing but a bunch of bratty bullshit that these gamers talk about. Now, there are some things that it's merited, some things that they say that it makes sense, and some things where it's just completely subjective, and if you don't like it, you don't like it. Just like me talking about Throne and Liberty. I said, hey, for those people who are enjoying the game, more power to you. Like, go ahead. But me personally, I'm not going to continue to play a game that I know I'm not having fun in. So if I'm not having fun in it, wrap it up. You know what I'm saying? Wrap it, slice it, cut it, however you want to do it, do it the Aki way. However you want to do it, but I'm just not going to play it. But I do think that people are really just shitting on this game just for views, for clicks. And it's just the topic of the week. It's just another thing to shit on because that's what gamers do. And I'm not above it either. Like, I'm guilty of it as well. I've sat and watched very negative videos about certain games because I feel negatively about the game. And it's an echo chamber. And sometimes I have to mix it up and just watch something that's more positive so that I can actually have a different perspective of the game. Now, if I'm just not having fun, not having fun, then it is what it is. Like, I'm existing in the echo chamber until I go play something else. But with this game, I do think, and this is just my personal opinion, it's just the topic of the week, and it's just another thing to shit on.
Souls-like game, sure. But like, if you compare this to like any other like just traditional action combat game, I feel like it's pretty far behind.
Well, truth be told, this is a story-focused action combat game. This is not Ninja Gaiden or Devil May Cry or something like that. So, admittedly, the combat is going to be a little bit slower. It's kind of like Kingdom Come Deliverance that's coming out here next month. It has very slow combat. Like, you're going to say that's a terrible game just because it has slow combat? No. It's just the type of game that it is. If you don't like that type of game, then don't play it. But stop shitting on this game just because it has a black character as a protagonist, bro. Like, I genuinely feel like that's what people are doing. And there's been a lot of games like that where they just shit on the game just because. Now, Ubisoft, I think, has a bad reputation right now. And it's a lot of people that just don't trust them. They don't trust the decisions that they're making. And that's completely merited. Completely founded. But at the end of the day, you gotta give the game a chance to make its own impression. And if it's bad, then it's bad. If it's good, then it's good. But stop casting such a huge blanket over this whole company saying that anything they do is shit when we know they have had some successes in the past. So let's just be intellectually honest about it. And let's allow for the game to come out and flop if it's gonna flop and not if it's not,
It is possible you hold ulterior motives beyond reconstruction.
Damn! One of Kanbei's dogs. Kill them!
I spent most of my playtime exploring Harima Province, one of the early zones that featured a quest line involving an insidious plot to undermine the region's power structure. The world of Assassin's Creed Shadows is massive, but thankfully not to the ridiculous size of Valhalla. Okay. That said, plenty of opportunities were packed in this province, and the viewpoints to observe nearby points of interest helped steer me in the right direction. A general theme I found compelling was how Shadows emphasized harmonizing with the open world, a cultural element the developers wanted to highlight with the Japanese setting.
For all those we care about.
This theme also extends to the side activities and how the world changes over time with shifting seasons that alter the terrain.
I mean, this looks really detailed.
Shadows ditches.
If you look at the color replication, the density of the foliage, how
the need for hunting, and instead you can find and draw rare wildlife found in the wild.
This is a good reproduction of like feudal Japan, and I think it looks really good. I don't understand why people.
But I found them endearing and a relaxing change of pace. I soon found myself being taken in by how atmospheric and thoughtful the setting.
So you can draw a picture of them instead of hunting them? Huh?
Bro, like Asmon, like for real, bro. Like I love you, but you're just being negative. You're just being willfully negative about something that you just don't care about. It's okay that you can draw a picture of a stork in the like that's kind of cool, because what other game have you seen do that? No other game has done that. Just accept it for what it is. Play the game. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. What is with all of these impressions that you have of the game when you haven't even put your hands on it? It's disingenuous, bro. And you're an intelligent guy, so I know that you know what you're doing. But maybe you kind of grown tone deaf, and you had these experiences before where you're kind of just like tone deaf on certain things because you're in your own echo chamber. But let's be honest, like this is not a bad feature to have, and your reaction to it is proof of the concept of what I'm saying, that you're just being willfully negative about everything that this game offers.
What the hell?
I mean, bro,
that was worth the wait.
That's not bad.
It also emphasizes the dynamic between the two protagonists and their agency within the world after bonding over being outcasts within the country.
That's good.
I really enjoyed their dynamic within the story, and they play well with each other during cutscenes.
So it's good when somebody is morbidly getting their head chopped off. This is the problem with games right now, y'all. This is the problem with gaming. This is a first-hand issue. It's good because you saw someone get their head chopped off, but it was terrible because you can sit down and draw a picture of a stork or a crane, in the water. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. It's willfully negative. You're looking for morbidity. You're looking for, things that are just like, decrepit. You know what I'm saying? And that's your definition of good.
Yasuke is a gentle giant and wise samurai enforcer who offers some poignant insights while learning about Japanese culture.
The rains will continue.
This guy, look at his face though. Like the face is killing me. The face is, and I love Asmongold, man. Yeah, because I watch him all the time. He has some good takes, but his face is telling me everything I need to know. The way he's looking at this black man, like he doesn't like it. He doesn't like it, and he's probably a little bit racist, and he's alluded to it as well. And there's a lot of these critics that are just literally a little bit racist, and they wish they had another white man that they can play as in Assassin's Creed. But now it's a black man and a woman that they have to play as, and they just cannot stand it. And I think it's disingenuous and it's intellectually dishonest, because they make it about everything else except for what it's actually about. This game could be the best game ever, but it would not be the best game to them just because of who is the protagonist, and it's stupid.
Another battle, same war.
Nioh's growth into an assassin with a heavy legacy to uphold shows an early look at the dramatic highs of the main story.
I cannot wait to play
this. And then you look.
He wants to play characters in the open world,
and it's funny because he's eager to play it just so he can shit on it in the future. He wants to be able to shit on this game so much after playing it, and he wants to be able to validate his opinion of it by saying, "I played the game. It's shit." You get what I'm saying? Like, that's where we're going with this, and I just don't like it, man. I don't like it. I don't like the way things are going in the gaming industry, because you have these critics that literally determine the whole fate of a game just because they say it's bad and they have no idea what the heck they're talking about. So, you know, I just think it's silly. We do got some other videos that we want to watch and react to, guys. I got a watch later playlist. Let's go ahead and start with... We already did the Tico Talks. I wanted to see what this guy's thoughts are of this game. This guy's pretty
What's going on, everybody? Morgan here,
his
this
opinions.
time bringing you some thoughts on Assassin's Creed Shadows after playing the game via a preview event, which I'll explain momentarily. But seeing how people had been asking me whether or not I wanted to review this essentially since it was announced, I figured this would be a pretty good time to jump in and see whether it was worth it or not.
It's
to
an
me,
Assassin's
because
Creed
personally, I
game.
have not
Why
played an
wouldn't you
Assassin's Creed game since the second title. So it is admittedly not a franchise I am terribly up to date on, but like I mentioned, people kept asking about it, so I figured at the very least I could bring you guys some gameplay, show you some systems, give you some first-hand information while also deciding whether or not it would be worth my time. Though speaking of time, we do have a little more, as this game was recently pushed back to March 20th, I believe, which is honestly probably for the best given how absolutely packed February was. But with that stuff out of the way, let's dive into what this preview was and my thoughts on it, naturally. So several months ago, originally before all of the delays, Ubisoft reached out, asked if I wanted to take part in a remote preview. Now, obviously that preview happened, but several months later, this past week in January,
I love that
in
mechanic,
a remote preview.
mechanic.
Now, obviously that preview happened, but several months later, this past week in January. Now, the way these remote previews work is that they stream the game to your computer, meaning that I was not playing it natively on my own hardware, but I was playing it in my own house. And then following that, they send you the footage afterwards. This is so they can record it natively on their own machines where it's actually being played at, but realistically I can't comment much on its actual performance, though the game was being streamed to me at 1080, and truth be told,
that stand-up animation as you're about to assassinate,
though the game was being streamed
that's kind of jarring. I'm not gonna lie.
1080, and truth be told, the recording looks better than what I was playing due to things like stream quality. So when you put all of that together, it means I can't really comment on its overall performance at the moment, because obviously what they were streaming to me would have been a handcrafted demo for the press anyway, and it wasn't even on my own hardware, so I have no idea how it's running really. With that in mind, however, the build that I played was a work in progress. Mind you, anytime you see these like press gameplay builds, they're usually a month or two behind where the actual build is now. So theoretically, some stuff might change here, though realistically, given the timing, I would say it's most likely that things like exact numbers of specific skills, that type of thing would change, as opposed to like complete overhauls. But nonetheless, in this build, I played through the prologue and the mid-game quest. They didn't want to show off the prologue, so basically like the open world mid-game is most of the footage I have to show you. And the prologue itself was basically just the introduction of the dual protagonists, Yasuke and Nioh. As intros go, they were pretty decent. I did like Naoe's more, even though I preferred playing as Yasuke, but his introduction was a little lackluster. Now, story-wise, I'm a little out of date with my Assassin's Creed knowledge, as you might imagine, having last played 2, basically.
It seems like the gameplay is a little slow and a lot more realistic in terms of like the way it plays. But I do think that it looks like a normal Assassin's Creed game. It doesn't look like too out of the ordinary. Normally you're facing multiple enemies at the same time when it comes to Assassin's Creed, but it doesn't look like you face a lot of enemies.
Essentially, we're going to guide these two characters, playing as both of them as we see fit, tackling a sort of shadowy cabal that is trying to take over and control much of feudal-era Japan, specifically, I believe, the Sengoku period. So there's that.
I like the design
the dual protagonist is pretty readily integrated into the way the story is. You can swap between them as you see fit. It even plays into exploration a little bit, which we'll talk about in just a second, but also you can play through different parts of missions with one or the other character. Each of them represents an archetype. Nioh is more of your traditional assassin, whereas Yasuke is much more of a warrior and prefers the direct approach. And while you can do fighting with Nioh or stealth with Yasuke, they are a little worse at it than the other. This largely means that if you're going for the typical assassin gameplay, Nioh would typically be your best bet, but straight up combat feels better with Yasuke. In spite of that, there are some progression systems to be aware of, namely gear and knowledge and skill skill points. So I didn't mess around with this a ton, but it looks like you will be acquiring gear. Each bit of gear will have different sets available to you that will then augment your abilities, of course. And then as you participate in the open world, gain experience, interact with various things to do, you'll gain knowledge points, which you can then spend on one of the game's various skill points for each character, making them better at that specific thing. As an example, you could get a proper brutal assassination, as it calls it, for Yasuke, which allowed him to assassinate characters, albeit a little less quietly. And then, of course, there were a variety of weapons to wield, ninja tools to use as Nioh, that kind of thing. For the most part, I would say this stuff felt pretty good. Now, actual combat uses your typical dodge, block, parry type stuff. Some attacks are unparryable or unblockable, so you have to get out of the way and reposition yourself. If you
typical AC combat, you know.
You missed the straight-up assassination, or if they are too tightly grouped to be able to do that, as an example. So it looked like there was some fun stuff to mess around with in terms of combat. But truth be told, the most interesting stuff to me, personally, that they were doing was actually to do with the open world. So this relates to both the main objectives, but also just general exploration. So the part of the game I played took place in the province of Harima, where we were tracking down a noble that is part of this cabal. And like I already mentioned, that led into the opportunity to play as either character through different parts. I believe there was one part of a mission that would have actually played out differently depending on who you chose to play as. And then within those main quests, there was even a little bit of like choice and consequence, but truth be told, this wasn't long enough to see if that was anything impactful or if it was just the illusion of a choice. But I think it might have at least offered a little something, and that's
at the end of the day, when it comes down to this game, I think there's going to be a lot of traditional AC tropes that you see in the game, like the assassinations, the jumping down from roofs, and different stuff like that from Nioh, and then more of the sword combat from Yosuke. And I think that's kind of like what they wanted to go for. And it looks like the world that they built is really going to be the star of the show. I don't know if the characters are necessarily the star of the show at this point, but it looks pretty cool, and I look forward to seeing what exactly they're going to do with the game and how they're going to, fulfill the vision that they have for it. So pretty excited for it. I'm going to play it. I know a lot of people are hating on it, but hey, that's their prerogative. Let's go ahead and watch the Xbox Developer Direct. It actually started from let's start it here. Let's skip forward some. There we go. All right. So everybody's been talking about this. Let's take a look and see what they revealed at the Xbox. What is it? The Xbox, the developer conference, I guess it's called. Let's see what they unveiled. All right, Peggy 18. Dang, they got all the warnings. 18 plus. All right. One dream. Okay. looks really cool. Flying through the clouds. Team Ninja? Okay, wait a minute. Show me something. Okay, I like y'all little B-roll.
こんにちは、超えてくもゲームスチーム忍者の安田文彦です。
Ninja。
今日は皆様にチーム忍者が長く大切にしてきたアクションシリーズの新情報を発表できる機会をいただけてとても嬉しく思います。早速ですが、こちらをご覧ください。
If it's Ninja Gaiden, then I'm about to get excited.
Several years ago, the Dark Dragon, youngest of the divine dragon gods,
no way,
wreaked havoc across the world.
No
the
way,
plot
dude.
Was ultimately thwarted.
Oh my god, I love that world.
Ninja. However, the Dark Dragon's husk remained.
Nioh,
and from this husk,
futuristic. I love those types of universes and like worlds.
The abandoned Tokyo continues its struggle against chaos to this day.
It's Ninja Gaiden, bro.
Infiltrated the facility.
Protagonist? Who's it?
Commencing mission.
Platinum Games too? Hold up. Oh. No, this is. No, this is sick. Okay. Got some platforming. Okay, nice. Oh, carry. This is not Ryu Hayabusa, by the way. This is somebody else. Oh, that enemy looks pretty cool.
You're open.
Like a tech samurai, like a robot samurai. That's so cool. Okay, this combat is looking insane. Now I kind of see what Asmin was talking about. This combat looks so cool, so fluid. Oh, they got the Monkey King stuff in there. They got the Wukong stuff. Alright, they took a few notes from Wukong. No, this is Ryu! Okay, hold up.
Whatever your clan is.
Alright, so they got Ryu and they have this new character. I don't know what his name is. But Ryu looks just as cool as ever.
So you've come, Raven.
Oh, okay, so Raven is his name. He's a part of the Raven clan, guys! So he's Raven clan and then...
世界中の町人の皆さん、10年以上大変お待たせしました。最強の忍者となり、容赦なく襲い来る敵に挑むハイスピードアクション、忍者ガイデンのナンバリング最新作として、忍者ガイデン4を発表させていただきました。本作はプラチナゲームズさんとの協業で開発を進めています。プラチナゲームズさんのアクションゲームというジャンルにおける実績は言うまでもなく、ベヨネッタやニアオートマタなど素晴らしいアクションタイトルを生み出してこられました。忍者ガイデン4というタイトルを10年以上の時を超えて新たに皆様に
This is literally the two like action combat giants collabing together. This is gonna be so good. It don't have no choice but to be good. You got Platinum Games and Team Ninja teaming up. Come on, bro.
お届けするにあたり、より多くの方に新鮮な気持ちでプレイしていただけるよう、新たな世界を新主人公であるもう一人の町人、ヤクモで冒険するという形で制作することにしました。先ほどご覧いただいた映像の中でリュウハヤブサも登場しておりましたが、彼は今回も物語に密接に関わってきます。なぜヤクモと戦うことになったのか、リュウハヤブサが戦う目的は何なのか、本作の物語の中で展開していきます。
任務は必ず成し遂げる。邪魔をするな。
物語は黒龍がもたらした正気の雨によって荒廃した首都東京が舞台となっています。
So basically,
この
Tokyo's
雨
been
は
taken over.
黒龍がまだ生きている証であり、
And they gotta defeat
雨
the
が止
Dark
まない限
Dragon.
り
But
東京に安寧は訪れません。
meanwhile, you have the two clans that are like sworn enemies fighting against each other.
今作の新主人公であり、ハヤブサと対をなすカラス一門に所属するヤクモが首都東京で黒龍を倒し、この世界を晴らすため戦いに身を投じます。
frames per second mark, like, oh my goodness. It has to be
これま
higher
で
than 60.
忍者ガイデンシリーズで描かれてきた
ダークでハードな世界観は継承し、そこにさらに危機を感じさせる要素として呪いやより混沌とした景観のデザインを取り入れています。ステージプレイ中に街が呪いの影響を受け、ビルは崩れ、道は歪み、ヤクモをピンチに陥れることでしょう。舞台となる東京はとある出来事によって街全体が崩壊し、魔族やヤクモと敵対する勢力がひしめき合う状態になっており、環境全体がプレイヤーに牙を向くように感じられるはずです。前作より立体的に自由度の増した危険に満ちたステージをリングやシリーズおなじみの体術など忍者アクションを駆使して乗り越えていくことになります。レールアクション、スイングアクションなどのダイナミックで爽快なシチュエーションを多く追加しました。これら以外にもさまざまなシチュエーションやチャレンジ、隠されたアイテムなどを用意しており、ステージが進むごとに上がっていくテンションにも驚いていただけると思います。
新しい主人公のヤクモは竜ハヤブサに次ぐ新たな町人です。彼にはまだ若さも残っていますが、カラス一門を背負う天才忍者でもあり、忍者外伝シリーズにおける忍者の頂点、竜と肩を並べる次世代の町人たり得る人物としてデザインしています。そんなヤクモの前に立ちふさがるのは荒れ果てた東京の治安維持組織であり、黒竜の封印を守る竜神島や現世に蔓延する人ならざる者妖魔、そしてもちろんシリーズおなじみの魔人も登場します。また現時点では公開していませんが、新たなキャラクターやシリーズファンの方に喜んでいただける人物も登場しますので、続報にご期待ください。
従来のシリーズからバトルスピードをさらに加速させ、目にも止まらぬスピードで敵との攻防を繰り広げることができます。さらにヤクモが使える新要素、結節忍術ヌエの型を駆使したダイナミックな攻撃によって、これまでから大きく進化した1対他の戦闘を可能にしました。ヌエの型ではこれまでの忍者外伝にはない広範囲かつ一撃必殺の攻撃となっており、多勢に無勢の状態が長く続く戦況を一気に覆すことができます。もちろん1対1の戦闘における比率も健在です。プレイヤー同様、敵もガードや回避をしてくるため、緊張感のあるフェアな戦闘を味わうことができます。敵の動きをしっかりと捉えながら一瞬の隙を逃さずに攻撃を仕掛けていくことが重要です。ヌエの方によって忍者外伝のアクションの味わいにさらなる進化を感じられるかと思います。
特にアクションに関しては手触り、バランス調整など細部にわたり日々議論させていただき、会社の垣根を越えた密なやり取りをさせていただいています。本作の主人公であるヤクモは竜とは一味違うアクションを有していますが、その中でもしっかりと忍者外伝らしさを感じていただけると思います。例えばカラス、ヌエ、2つの型があるという点がヤクモの大きな特徴ですが、それらが持つ多彩な性能のアクションを用いて敵や状況ごとに使い分ける攻略の深みや滅却、実技などを絡めた抑揚あるスピーディーな攻防などはもちろんヤクモでも健在です。
ヤクモと竜ハヤブサはそれぞれがかなり異なる個性的な遊び心地になっていますので、さまざまな戦闘バリエーションを楽しむことができるようになっています。ヤクモ、そして竜ハヤブサの双方で飛燕、伊豆直落などシリーズおなじみのアクションも駆使しつつ、新アクションを織り交ぜた新しい忍者外伝にご期待ください。忍者外伝シリーズに色濃く残っている歯ごたえやグレードの高いアクション体験の提唱、さらに我々プラチナゲームズの特徴であるスピーディーなアクションやダイナミックな演出も取り入れ、進化した正当続編を作り上げるべく総力を挙げて開発を進めております。
容赦ない敵とのいかなる攻防にもフェアに戦える手触りをヤクモでも目指しています。皆様に進化した忍者外伝を触っていただける日を楽しみにしています。
シリーズファンはもちろんのこと、 忍者ガイデンを初めてプレイする方でも存分に楽しめる作品になっておりますので、ぜひ発売をお待ちください。
長年にわたってプラチナゲームズさんと共にまさに忍者のように潜んで忍者ガイデン4の開発を進めてきましたが、ついに発表することができて非常に嬉しく思います。2025年秋に本作を皆様にお届けできるのを楽しみにしています。続報にもぜひご期待ください。
When's the game come out? Fall. Okay, fall 2025. Okay.
さて、本日お伝えしたい発表はそれだけではありません。こちらをご覧ください。
Another Team Ninja game. Oh, it's just another Ninja Gaiden. This seems like a remaster though. Bro, it just never gets old, bro. Ninja Gaiden just never gets old. I mean, who doesn't want to be a clean ninja slicing and dicing through everybody?
My path leads through the land of the dead.
Good traversal, like super fast and responsive gameplay. This is what we need. This is what we need every time. Great enemy design. Looks like it has some really cool set pieces. I mean, the games are just legendary, dude. So this is Ninja Gaiden Black, right? Yeah. So it's a remaster of Ninja Gaiden 2.
2008年に Xbox360 で発売し、バイオレンスな表現とハイスピードなバトルを皆様にお楽しみいただいた作品です。今作忍者ガイデン2ブラックではオリジナル版の表現に立ち戻り、アンリアルエンジン5を用いてグラフィックを大幅に刷新、忍者ガイデン2の完全版として開発いたしました。綺麗なグラフィックでお楽しみいただけるのはもちろん、リュウハヤブさんに加え、あやね、もみじ、レイチェルもプレイブルキャラクターとして登場します。そして本作は本日コンソール、PC、そして Xbox ゲームパスでこの後すぐに発売となります。忍者ガイデンシリーズを長年応援いただいている皆様はもちろんのこと、本日忍者ガイデンを知っていただいた皆様は忍者ガイデン4の発売前にぜひ本作をお楽しみください。今年はチーム忍者創立30周年の節目であり、本日発表させていただいた忍者ガイデン4を含め2025年は忍者の年、イヤーオブザ忍者となります。ぜひ忍者ガイデンシリーズの展開にご注目ください。本日はありがとうございました。
It was perfect. It was perfect. So, I saw some of these other games in another video, and I wasn't really impressed with them, so I'm not gonna watch it. But Ninja Gaiden, a new Ninja Gaiden game, I think it's gonna be fun, man. I think we got some new stuff coming that's going to be super dope later this year. And maybe we haven't quite gotten all of the new announcements that I think we're going to get for the year. But as far as what we've gotten so far, I think it's good, man. I think it's good. Guys, I'm going to go ahead and end this stream. And later on, I'll start another. We're going to be playing Nioh later. So make sure y'all join me for that. And I appreciate you guys watching. Thank y'all so much. Y'all have a good rest of your afternoon. I'll see y'all later.